Hello and welcome to the third tutorial of 123D design. And in this tutorial we are going to make something, and this is it. It is just a 3D CAD example that I downloaded from the internet, and this is a block. And what we are going to do is first extrude this L shape, then we take out this interesting hole, then we make this hole, then we make this hole, and at last we are going to make this cutout. You can see it is it's on the bottom, so you cannot completely see it. And we are also going to make a nice radius here, because probably this is for machining, and milling machines like to have radiuses. Okay. So let's start with the L shape. Let's go to Sketch, make a polyline. I click on the ground plane because that's everything that I can choose. I just draw some lines and I see it is 147. I can even put, 146. I'll put this, I do escape and with Ctrl Z. I just start new because I didn't make it straight. It's nice to work straight. 147 and this is 90. I did it by pushing the tab button. And specify the next point. That should be here. Yeah, excellent. This is going to be 90 and 180 then. Okay. Next point is going to be here, and that is going to be 36. Tab 90. Okay. Next point is here, which is, well, actually it's 90 minus 25. I can try if I can make calculations here. Yeah, I even can. 9 is minus 25. I do tab and I make this also 0 because that is right. The next point is here-ish, and that is going to be, oh, I just hover over this last point, and then let's zoom to fit, and also let's look from the top. I can just do this while I'm sketching, which is a nice feature. If I hover over this and then go up, then I see a green line, and that is what I want. So just click. And the last point, I click here. Now it's brown and good. Now I can change the dimensions, but since I already made the dimensions right, I'm happy and just enter. So let's turn it a bit. Let's zoom out. And in the construct panel, we are going to extrude it. We select the sketch and we extrude it 72. Nice. Now we are going to make this hole, which is basically a circle and a square together. So I'm going to make a new sketch with a circle. I select the plane of the face where I want to make it, which is here at the front. And I specify the center point here. And now I'm going to make a rectangle. And I click the center, somewhere in the surface of the circle. So the sketch and the circle are going to be in the same sketch, which is important because they have to kind of work together. Good. That's done. Enter. And now I will also want to include the sides. I'm sorry, I'm selecting things that I don't want to select. And I also want to include the sides of the shape, because I want to have this exactly on the side and here also on the side. So I do this again with project. First I have to select the sketch. So just select something that you have sketched. And now I have to select the plane that I want to include, or I can also just include one line. But if I select the face, then I have them all together and they become nice and green. Green is a good color, so that's then that. If I now pick this point, maybe, yeah. If I move it on the line, I see that it's snapping, which is excellent. So do this here. Unfortunately, it doesn't really know. Oh, it does know the center. So I first move to the center and then I drag it up. Now it should be in the center. Now I have to put in some dimensions. So I just click one thing and then edit dimensions. Click the center of the circle and then this line. And the center of the circle is 48. Double click. 48. And so I now select. Oh, I'm sorry. I did something strange here. It can be quirky. Now I'm selecting strange things. So again, select the sketch. Dimension. Apparently it's lost, the first dimension that I made. So I do this again. It was 48. Enter. Okay. Good. So now I select this and I select this, and no, that's not the right way to do it. I'm really sorry for boring you. Apparently I have to select a point. 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 Excellent. Which is 30. And from this point to this point, it is, let me check, 24. And the diameter, the radius is 30, so the diameter is 60. And now everything should be where it is. So now I'm going to extrude. Maybe just push enter first. Extrude, and then I can just select everything that I want to extrude. I'm going to cut it, and the number is -12. -12. Good. I don't like to see so many sketches, so I'm going to hide the sketches. The next thing that we are going to do is make this hole of 24 in the center of the other circle. Good. So we are going to sketch a circle. We select this plane and we just put it somewhere for the time being and press enter because we made the sketch. Project. First select the sketch, then select what you want to project. Enter. And if I move now the circle around, it can even snap to the center of the other circle, which is very nice. I click now on the circle and then I edit dimension. I click on the circle and then I can set the diameter, which is 24. Now I am going to extrude this as well. extrude, I select the circle, and I think, yeah, if I move it in such a way that it selects the backside of the backside of this, then it knows that it has to go all the way through, and it has to be cut. So I press enter, and that is also done. I hide the sketch because it's of no use anyway. And now, next part, we are going to make this cutout, which is 50 and a radius of 12. Polyline, and then I select this sketch. Two things you can do. You could make this by a square and a circle, and they work together, and it's all nice. But for learning purposes, I want to show you something else. And that is if I draw this line, and I wait here on this point, and then with my left mouse button pressed, and if I'm going to move then, it will make a radius. I just put it somewhere. I hover over this point so they are equal, and now it is done. Now I have to put the dimensions, so it should be in the center, 24 from the side, and the radius is 12. So I edit dimension, click on the radius, make it 12. I have to include at least this line, so I am going to project. I select the sketch first, and then I select the line. Then I press enter, and I guess that if it makes a little triangle, then you know that you're in the center. So if you move there, it draws a green dashed line, which means that it's where we want to have it. And the same thing we do is just by grabbing this line. I'm trying to grab this line. No. It's always a good idea to to zoom in like that, and with control, was it control pressed? No. Now I was moving my whole thing with shift pressed. No. Well, at least it should be possible to move your whole screen. For some reason, I have now moved my object. So just pushing Ctrl Z for a couple of times. Zoom in. And just by pen, you can move your thing around. Yes. Now this should snap on this line, and it doesn't. That is not so nice, so I just picked a point, and this snaps on the line. You see that it's now also not in the center anymore, the circle. So I have to do that again. And the circle has moved far away. No problem. I hope that it now gives somewhere. No. Okay. I give up. I just put the dimensions like this to these 2 points. I make it, 24. And this I am going to make 50. Needless to say, we are going to extrude this. I select this shape, and if you hover over it, then I can just push it over there, cut, enter, happy, Done. Hide sketch. The last thing we need to do is the cutout at the bottom here of 72 by 50 and 6 deep. So we are rotating our view to the bottom. And it's just a square basically. So select the sketch, make a square, and say enter because it's good. Include the other geometry. So first the sketch, and I can just pick this line and then it becomes just a point because this is the only reference point that we need. If I now move this point, it should snap. It does. Fantastic. And now just put some dimensions. Make this 72. I didn't make it 72. Okay. Enter. Select the sketch. Add dimensions. Select the line. Invalid operation because there is already one. For some strange reason, it does not want to put the dimension. I'm figuring it out. Let's see if this works, which is 50. And it also does not want to change that. Why? I don't know. Can I delete the dimension? I hope. No, I can't. Okay, it does not want to do it. So I just say enter, select the sketch, delete, and I do it again. I select the rectangle. Maybe it was snapped on the grid line. I think that was the problem. So just don't put it on the grid. Like that. I include the point of the geometry by project. First the sketch, then this line. Enter. Snap it to here. Select the sketch by one single click. Set this line, double click, 70. And again, it refuses to do it. Maybe you have more luck. I just extrude it here. Cut. -6. Like that. And I hide the sketch. And now I can make a nice radius here. What was it again? Here by modify, I select fillet. I select this line. And the radius is 5. So this is how you work in 1-3D. It works quite good, but sometimes for not yet known reasons, it has some buggy features. So be patient and good luck.